Consider your next vacation on a tropical island. White sandy beaches, all kinds of water sports, exotic rainforests. Find your very own place in the sun as we visit 6 Caribbean islands. Welcome to one of the most popular vacation spots in the world. Hi, I'm Jake de Boer and this is the Travel Magazine. What exactly is the Caribbean? Well, the Caribbean is a sea. It's also a chain of islands known as the Greater Antilles and the Lesser Antilles. All of them have sea and sun, but many of them have something unique that really sets them apart. Today we'll make a number of stops so that you can decide which island suits you best for your next vacation. Discovered in 1502 by Columbus, St. Lucia sits at the southern end of the Windward Islands in the Eastern Caribbean. Best known for its beautiful secluded bays and lush green countryside, it was made for exploring. There's the main market in Castries, the busiest city on the island and the starting point for many of St. Lucia's tours. Marigot Bay Resort, one of the most popular sailing spots in St. Lucia, is located on the loveliest bay on the island.
We have several packages that one can choose from. We have a street charter system, which goes entirely through the moorings charter business. We have a Club Mariner package, which includes 4 night stays at the hotel, 3 nights out on a charter yacht. There is also Learn to Sail, where you could come down and learn to sail as a 5-day intensive course, which will qualify you to sail.
Is this too rough for anybody? No, we're coming off the wind and we'll be jibing through the wind. So just be careful of the boom.
If you've never sailed before and would like to give it a try, it's as simple as chartering a boat and hiring a captain who will act as your own personal instructor.
My primary concern here is to make sure that we clear the sandbar on the port side here and the sandbar on the starboard side here. So I need to see 7 feet on here at all times. If I see less than that, then we're in trouble.
Okay, if I see 6 feet, what do you want me to do?
Jump up and down. Would you like to take the wheel now?
Sure.
Are you feeling ill, are you?
I'm feeling fine. Like you said, this is the way to prevent seasickness.
There we are. So the wind's coming from directly behind us at the moment. In fact, as the sail is on this side, it's actually coming a little bit from over there, over on this side. So as you'll notice, you go more towards that way, it'll jibe again. And jibe again. Again, coming around into the wind's coming from here. And as the yacht comes...
Welcome to the U.S. Virgin Islands. This is St. Thomas, a sister island to St. John and St. Croix. It's a duty-free port and a regular stop for cruise ships. There's lots of shopping and a marine attraction called Coral World. Excellent sightseeing and, of course, great access to some of the most beautiful coral reefs in the Caribbean. St. Thomas is the most bustling of the 3 main U.S. Virgin Islands. Charlotte-Amalie, its capital city, attracts tourists looking for the best buys in the Caribbean.
Well, St. Thomas has notoriously been known as the #1 shopping destination in the Caribbean, mainly because of our #1 shops like designer stores, Gucci, Louis Vuitton, as well as a large variety of crystals, gold, jewelry, diamonds, precious stones, and what have you.
St. Thomas is popular with shoppers because it's one of the only duty-free ports in the Caribbean. That also makes it a favorite stopover with cruise ship passengers.
On our heaviest cruise ship day, we can have about 10 ships in the harbor. And if you add an additional 5 per day, That's about 50 to 60 cruise ships per week. We get a lot of inquiries from people who have been on the cruise ship requesting further information so that they can spend a week or two in St. Thomas.
There's more to St. Thomas than just shopping. If you decide to stay longer, there's quite a variety of accommodation to choose from.
We have a broad selection of hotel and resort properties. We have guest houses, which are more like bed and breakfasts, as well as larger resorts and big properties like Frenchman's Reef, Sofa Grand, also Sapphire Beach Resort, and Bluebeard's Castle, to name a few.
Snorkeling and scuba diving are two ways to enjoy the island's famous reefs. And there's another. It's called Coral World.
Coral World is the underwater observatory. You get to go into the site, in the tower, go down about 15 feet and see the fish in their natural environment, as well as there are several tanks and aquariums on the property that allow you to see local fishes as well as fishes from around the world.
Coming up, a visit to the twin islands of St. Kitts and Nevis. St. Kitts and Nevis offer the kind of peace and tranquility that's getting harder to find in the Caribbean. And of course, the secret to any successful vacation, the kind of people who want to welcome you back again and again.
St. Kitts is a very quiet, laid-back island. We refer to ourselves as the secret Caribbean. We offer peace, relaxation, fine beaches, good food, friendly people.
St. Kitts and Nevis together have more to offer than just coming to an ordinary type Caribbean island. We have mountain ranges and we have beaches. And it's steeped with things to do. You know, you wouldn't come to St. Kitts and spend a week or 10 days and be bored. Unless you wanted to sit and count the waves or just relax and look at, and soak up the sunshine. But if you're a person who wanted activity and wanted things to do, there's lots and lots to do.
If you did a tour like mine, a rainforest tour, it gives you an opportunity to come up into the interior of St. Kitts and see a part that very few tourists have an opportunity to see, essentially, because it's inaccessible to two-wheel drive vehicles. And with my fleet of Land Rovers, we have an opportunity to come and see. And another nice thing too with the drive out here to the rainforest is the fact that you will pass, the natives on their donkeys. It's very interesting, and it creates a beautiful backdrop of the mountains, etc. You will also, of course, come across panoramic vistas. You will see the sugarcane fields, which are burning green most of the year.
At the 1,700-foot level, you'll find yourself surrounded by a lush green canopy with some of the climbing vegetation reaching hundreds of feet skyward. Big advantage to a vacation in St. Kitts is that you get two islands for the price of one. Just a 45-minute ferry ride away is Nevis, a smaller island, famous for its white sandy beaches, clear blue waters, and laid-back, low-key atmosphere.
Nevis is really a beautiful small island. So relaxed, so easy to live in, so to speak. No one hustles you, no one bustles you, no one pushes you. You do what you want to do at your own pace, and the people are friendly.
The beaches are lovely. They have white sand, warm water, and normally have sporting activities like snorkeling, scuba diving, windsurfing, and all that.
Recommend it for anybody. The weather, the ocean.
We love swimming, so it's beautiful. The water is very, very warm. It's gorgeous.
Accommodation is plentiful on the island. There are modern hotels, or you may want to consider a stay at one of the many plantation homes now open to tourists. This is the Hermitage, a 200-year-old home restored and run by a couple from Philadelphia.
Banking brought us to the West Indies originally. We came to St. Kitts in 1968, and when we left there 3 years later, we bought the Hermitage. We have 11 accommodations, so that's 22 people that we can do. Some of the rooms are suites or little cottages, others are efficiency type things.
The Fairview Inn was the first plantation home to open its doors to the public.
My wife and I have been rated to be the pioneers of the hotel and tourism industry. And what we are pushing here at the Fairview Inn is peace and quiet. And you're here on the slope of the hill with a magnificent view of the blue Caribbean Sea and our sister island of Nevis.
From historical surroundings to the lap of luxury. One of the largest and most reputable hotels on the island is Ocean Terrace Inn.
Colin and Leslie have turned this small house into something of an institution in the West Indies. We care. The staff have been here, some of them 15 to 20 years. I think that tells you something. And they've grown with the hotel. I'm very proud of the staff here, and I'm very proud of my position. I'm very proud of this hotel.
As soon as we walk in the door, everybody, they've seen us before. Oh, it's nice to see you back here again, this type of thing. And that, when you're traveling, if you get that type of a welcome, it really does make a difference.
What makes St. Kitts Nevis different than any of the other Caribbean islands? We're still the way it was. We're still natural. No one's pushing you around. You come here, you like it, you come back. You count the waves, you count your blessings. And what more can I say?
Located about 60 miles east of Puerto Rico is Tortola, the largest of the British Virgin Islands. Even more than St. Kitts and Nevis, Tortola remains virtually untouched. This is the way life on a Caribbean island used to be.
The basic attraction of Tortola is tranquility, a relaxed atmosphere, and a number of activities that would include water sports, scuba diving, sailing, snorkeling, and on land, of course, sightseeing, mountain climbing, treks and what have you, horseback riding. These are the things that we offer. We package this very well, I hope, and we find that there's tremendous acclaim for what we have to offer here in Tortola.
The island's capital, Roadtown, is a quaint harbor city, as laid back and relaxed as the rest of Tortola.
The Caribbean that people dream about, that's what Tortola is today. You go to other places in the Caribbean and you find honky-tonk and hustle and bustle and so on. We are anxious to avoid that here. And we promote only quality tourism. And you look around here and you find that's really what we have.
In Tortola, you won't find high-rise hotels or shopping arcades. The British Virgin Islands are among those few remaining islands where nothing is still the nicest thing to do. Coming up, hot spots in Barbados. This is Barbados. 60 miles of beautiful beaches, lots of sunshine, great shopping, and a huge variety of hotels. But what sets this island apart is its sense of British history, with historic sites like Trafalgar Square. Unlike many islands in the Caribbean, you can discover another life and culture in Barbados. The island retains its British accent and its heritage, with strong ties to the Anglican Church. Bridgetown is the commercial center of the island and the capital of Barbados.
Barbados is 166 square miles in size, which is 21 miles long and 14 miles wide. In terms of climate, well, we like to think that we got at least the best climate in the Caribbean. And this can be borne out factually because, you see, we're the most eastern island in the Caribbean, and we get the trade winds consistently blowing to Barbados.
Barbados is blessed with some of the Caribbean's most beautiful beaches, all of them open to the public. And you'll find a huge variety of water sports. The most popular is windsurfing.
Best windsurfing is on the southeast coast, right, which is over by Silver Sands, and actually that is where the Atlantic and the Caribbean start to merge. So you get a lot of wave action in that area. And in fact, the windsurfers, the international windsurfers tell us that that is one of the best windsurfing courses in the world.
The Southern Palms Hotel is not only a favorite with windsurfers, it's also one of the most popular resorts on the island.
Well, the Southern Palms is, has very much, as you will have seen, a character of its own. It's a pink, it's painted in pink, which is very much a tropical pink, I would say. And it has a kind of Moorish type of architecture, and best of all, is located on a tremendous beach. And they have that open air situation there where they have the live steel band quite often, and it's a very popular hotel. And I think the atmosphere is very alluring, very, very much so.
Like every Caribbean island, Barbados has its own folklore and legends. The most famous is about Sam Lord, the pirate who came to no good.
Sam Lord was a rascal. He would hang lanterns in the coconut trees, in the palm trees that you see ringing this property here. And ships coming from England, they had to pass this way. And when they come down and they see these lanterns in the coconut trees, they thought that it was Bridgetown. So they would bring the ships in and they would wreck on the reefs over there. And the next morning, Sam Lord and his boys would row out there and loot everything.
So are you saying to me that Sam Lord is not just a legend, that it's true?
Well, it's a little bit of both, let me put it this way. There's a little bit of truth, a little bit of legend, but it's definitely Barbadian, it's definitely Caribbean.
The Crane Beach Hotel is the island's first resort. Built over 200 years ago, the original mansion has been faithfully restored and totally renovated.
I tell you, if you watch the guests as they walk into the hotel, the first reaction is, oh! It's a big expression of massive surprise because we are taking them right back into the 1760s. You will find that even though our rooms are the largest rooms you could find anywhere in the Caribbean, they're not highly priced. You will find that the average room here is within reach of anyone who wants to. But the key is that you must understand it is being sold for people who want to get away from the hustle and bustle of the commercial tourism. And we only offer peace and tranquility.
Sam Lord's Castle, one of the largest resort hotels on the island, is owned and run by the international chain of Marriott Hotels.
On this property, acres of land, well landscaped. It has a tremendous beach front. And if you come here, and a lot of honeymooners come to Sam Lord's, if you come to Sam Lord's, you really don't need to leave Sam Lord's for too many things. But of course, most people want to see, more of Barbados. because Barbados is the most beautiful island in the world, you know.
Tourism is booming here in St. Martin. Last year, more than 1 million people visited the island. This probably isn't the place to be if you're after a secluded tropical getaway. But if you want some of the greatest shopping in the Caribbean, then St. Martin is it.
This is where you're at. We're in Phillipsburg. This is the capital of the Dutch side.
Yeah.
Here it's basically just shopping, duty-free shops, liquor's cheap, Gucci's cheap, jewelry's cheap.
We offer the visitors a lot of different things. One of the most attractions to the island is shopping. The shopping on the Dutch side, you have a lot of bargains that you can get. You go to any store, you see something you like, especially the Indian stores, and you can bargain with them. You don't have to pay the price. If you find it a little expensive, you could try talking with them, and most of the time they will cut it down, you know, fix it up so that you'll get the price that you like.
When people buy here, do you bargain or is it all the asking price?
Different price difference. There's a wheeling and dealing going.
You will do a little wheeling and dealing?
Yeah, we get you down to the limbo. You know what's the limbo?
Yeah.
I say, how low can you go?
Yeah.
That's where we
So
go.
tell me, how low can you go?
Limbo low.
Because of our French and Italian influence, we do have shops from all over Europe, and the French and Italian fashion is great fashion. And the big sellers, big designers, Chanel, Louis Vuitton, Versace, we all have them here in St. Martin, which is great, and at good prices.
Well, that's it for our Caribbean destinations. Be sure to join us again. I'm Jake de Boer. Bye for now.